community here, we also see that we belong to others as well. So normally during this time, when we make a special welcome to our first years, we also introduce our families. But my challenge is Papua New Guinea is a country that is filled with so many different languages, so many different ways of doing things, cooking to greeting people. This is our challenge. In this community, in this place we call our home, we have cultural groups. May I remind everyone that as much as we want to take care of our cultures to make sure that that's our identity, in this institution we're a family. Sacred Heart Teachers College laws and regulations must be upheld. No other culture. Other cultures can be as part of us in this community, but they must not be strong. The strongest link support system is when we work together as one family. And the only thing that should bind us together is the college code of conduct. That's the only law that should guide how we work and associate with each other. So I hope we will take that. I hope we can respect our cultures, but at the same time we grow. See, we'd like to embrace the journey ahead. We cannot embrace it if we have too many diverse cultures, ways of doing things. That will confuse us. So to all of us, staff, students, and our family members here, it is only in our home we love that we are supposed to uphold our code of conduct. All other traditional ways of doing things must not be very strong. The other thing I'd like to remind us, this school is an institution that belongs to the Catholic Agency. The Catholic Agency is a universal church and acknowledges the presence of all other faiths. But in all that we do, we must always remember that we knew that this was a Catholic institution and we chose to come here. So in all our activities of this institution, we have to follow through, we have to give time to that. I'd like to now acknowledge the presence of our guests, and we begin with, we've got some
The program has started a couple of minutes ago and then they came in, so I'd like to acknowledge their presence. Firstly, St. Joseph International. We have Mr. Victor Pinel, thank you very much for coming. Ms. Paglau from De La Salle Secondary School. Ms. Paglau is the Deputy Academic, and we have Ms. Ingrid with the speeches as well. So please, I'd like to ask us to put our hands together, welcome none other than Mr. Victor Pinel, who is the special guest this evening for this meeting. Please make him feel welcome. Good evening, everyone. I came unprepared because I didn't know I was going to give a speech. But anyway, as a teacher, you have to be ready. So this evening, I'd like to share with you a few things about my journey, of which I would like you to take some inspiration and probably take something, a message for yourself as you embark on this journey. They say teaching forms every other profession, and that is exactly right. That is very true. But teaching comes with a lot of responsibility. Teaching comes with dignity. Teaching forms character. So you have chosen a career that nurtures, forms, you can use any other word you would like to, but teaching is the profession that builds all the other professions. So I want to congratulate you. But before I move on, pardon me for the oversight. I first of all would like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Rose Polume, the principal, for and the team, especially the gentleman sitting on my right, for inviting me to attend this very important gathering. Ms. Polume and your two deputy principals, your lecturers, I can tell you it's not very easy to be a lecturer, especially when you are forming and training up and coming teachers. It's very hard. It takes courage. There are times you feel you want to give up, but it is a profession that you have chosen. So, whatever it takes, you carry on with the commitment and the dedication that you have. I also would like to congratulate the year one students. I know it's exciting time. I can remember when I was in your situation, and your lecturers will tell you, we have butterflies in our stomach, as they say. You don't know what's going to unfold. And college is different from secondary. It comes with a lot of challenges. The higher you go, the more difficult and challenging your life will be. The year twos, you've been here. This is your second year, and the year threes, this is your third year. And I want you to embrace that journey. Guard it well. So congratulations, everyone. Now, I spent 6 years in a boys' school. We had girls, but they were about 40 to 50 minutes drive. You know, it's very dangerous to put boys and girls together. You know that. But this is one thing I want to share with you. Let me start with the story. I was in grade 7 at the time, and we usually have, so we take turns. Our school would invite the girls to come for a dance in the night, like this. I was in grade 7, and I remember very, very clearly what happened. So on this particular day, we had the girls from Olsh. They are a sister school to Marianne, run by the Olsh sisters. And the school I attended was a boys' school and was run by the Christian brothers. So this particular night, they came. The girls came for a dance, as is the custom. And the boys were taught how to approach the girls and what to say, how to stand, and what you do. Right? You cannot just go and grab someone. You have to do it nicely. Right? And we had at the time a principal who was a Christian brother. And this is what I would like you to listen very carefully to. The night came. Before the night, Brother Andrew emphasized the importance of discipline, the importance of character. And this is something that is found in me. But I'd like to share this because this is something that I learned from that brother. 3 minutes, right? The other story about him at night, 9 o'clock, lights off, no lights, no noise, nobody moves. In your room, you hit the sack, go to dreamland. This particular night, as boys, always hungry, and we always have cow. You can't complain. That's another thing. You can't complain. Whatever is on the table, you eat it. That's that's the discipline. So at night, boys went to sleep. Prefects doing their walk around. Everybody went to sleep. This particular boy from, forgive me, but from Toma. All the lights were off. Brother was in his office, turned off the light. He was about to go home. He stood there for 3 minutes just to observe what was happening. From nowhere, he heard a sound. You know, we had a trick. If someone is trying to cut a coconut at night, yeah, to try and stop the sound of the knife hitting the husk, a few of us have to cough. So as soon as the knife hits the husk, you go. In front of his office, there were two candle trees. The security light from the dormitory, from the balcony, was facing his office, and you could see the shadow of the two candle trees covered him. Nobody could see him in the dark. As soon as this boy lifted the knife and went bang, and the boys go, just like that, brother was standing there. He took his torch, shined the torch at it, where the sound was coming from, and there he was. With the knife, he didn't know what to do. He was going to go for the second round. He held his knife like, you know what? Brother called the prefects who were on duty that night, sent them down to the driver's house. The driver's house is from here up to Marianville. Prefects ran down, told the driver to come, called the boy into his office, pack your stuff, driver, take him home. From the school to Toma, it takes about 50 to an hour. That night, that boy lost his privilege of being a boarder. It's brutal, but it is what it is. As a teacher, you need to have integrity. As a teacher, you need to have discipline. You don't have it, forget about being a teacher. It is very important. You know, they say the level of education today, right? Let alone the level of literacy in the Pacific region, Papua New Guinea has the lowest at 75%. That's according to World Bank data. It's very sad. We have a lot of work. You have a lot of work. You are here to be formed by your lecturers. You have a task. It's a mammoth task. It's huge. It's not easy. You have to challenge yourself. It means you need to sacrifice. So don't go to Sunday and sing Hallelujah and sing Amen, and then you go out and do exactly the same thing. Because Jesus came, He went through tough times. He stood for what He believed was the right thing to do. He died for it. That's our challenge. It's easy to be among the crowd. It's difficult to be alone. So year threes, you are going away at the end of this year. What have you got to offer? So as with the stories I have shared with you can be a wonderful teacher. You can work wonders. But if you don't have integrity and if you don't have discipline, it will all come to nothing. And that's very crucial. Let me also remind you that teaching, if you are a teacher, you are a jack of all trades. You are a doctor, you are a nurse, you are an accountant, but you are not trained as an accountant, you are not trained as a doctor, you are not trained as a counselor, you are trained as a teacher. All these are the responsibilities. When you go out into the field, you are going to be all of those. So, how do you prepare? How do you prepare for it? You're not going to be taught in your classroom how to counsel students. It's a different game altogether. But if you have the attitude and the willingness to do it, you will be good at it. I know we are here to eat, so I don't want to go on. I can talk forever. That's what teachers do, right? But let me leave this with you. Be a difference where you are planted. Be a sign of hope and love and life wherever you will be. And your case is very different to all the other schools. You are made, you will be commissioned, and you are trained for the remote areas of this country. That some of them, some of these places will be very difficult to live in. But have you got the discipline to do it? Have you got the attitude to do it? Of course you have. We all have. It's how we embrace the gift that is within us. So be proud. You want to be a teacher? It means you have the courage and the willingness to do it, so go do it. And it starts in your classroom. Respect your friends, respect yourself. There are 3 R's you need to remember. 3 R's. The first R is respect for oneself. If you respect yourself, you will definitely, you will do the right thing. And character, as they say, is what you do when no one is watching you. So respect for oneself. Respect for others. When you respect others, they respect you. Respect is not demanded, respect is earned. The third R, respect for the environment or respect for the surrounding. Surrounding includes your facilities, your classrooms. You will go into schools that barely have desks, classrooms, and you name it. Your challenge is how do you make it happen with what you have. So these are realities. So well done. You have a mission beginning with this journey, but your mission is a lifelong journey. It doesn't stop when you live here, it continues. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are no longer school children, you are adults. Love your profession and make the teaching profession great again. God bless you.